my friends are having babies. So what? All of my friends are getting married. So what? They're living their life and you need to live your life. The amount of time that women spend in their 20s and in their 30s comparing themselves to other women and where they are in their lives. And that time can easily be spent living your life, enjoying your life, traveling, enjoying your life, finding out what you want to do in your career, enjoying your life, because we don't know how things are going to turn out. Don't spend another single solitary minute worrying about what everybody else is doing, because while you're doing that, life will pass you by. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Lioness Den podcast. I'm your host, Rochelle Janell, and I am so excited to introduce you to a 5-part series. This series is all about women and our journey through life, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and into the 60s. Having just turned 60 last year, entering this new phase in life has given me an opportunity to reflect on all of the different phases that I have gone through as a woman. And so, what better time to start a series, especially the fact that we are here to help women? So, we're going to start this series with episode 5, Your 20s. And one thing is for sure that a lot has changed since I was in my 20s. And if you're my age, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. But there's one thing that has stood the test of time, and that is as you enter your 20s as a young woman, there will be a lot of pressure on you to have it all figured out. And there will be some societal timelines that are placed on you, and your family and friends may not say it, but it will be apparently there. But just know that your 20s are designed for self discovery, and nobody, and I mean nobody, has it all figured out in their 20s, especially a young woman. So let's talk about the uncertainty as you enter your 20s, finding yourself in your 20s, discovering what you might want to do with your life. The 20s is a time for self discovery, ladies. And here's the thing, in your 20s, whether you're feeling lost or on top of the world, give yourself grace to stumble, fall, get up again, and try it all over again. The 20s is a time to learn. So I think one of the biggest challenges that most young women face in their 20s is the pressure to have it all figured out. And those societal timelines that are placed on women right out of high school, right? Social media and even family can place a lot of unrealistic expectations, which can leave you feeling inadequate or behind in life. And that's just not so. Your 20s are not meant to be so pressurized that you can't make your own unique decisions about what you want to do. Like back in my day, we were all married in our 20s. I mean, by the time I was 21, I was married. And by the time I was 27, I had 2 kids. And I can recall a very good friend of mine. We're still friends to this day. And when we entered our 30s, I was on my way to divorce, and she had not had kids or gotten married yet. And she felt behind. And I told her, "You are not behind. You're right where you need to be." She later moved on to have her first child at 40, and she's still married to this day. Everybody has their own timeline. And, I oftentimes tell young women comparison is the thief of joy. Career changes, breakups, moves, and failures are all normal. And most of our paths are non-linear. So let's shift gears. Let's talk about building your foundation. One of the things that I wish that I had when I entered my 20s was somebody to guide me about financial literacy. And there is so much out there nowadays for younger women. Even if you don't have a mentor, let's say you don't have a elder in your family that is financially literate themselves, there are a lot more resources. But it's so important to understand these things: basics of budgeting, saving, understanding how credit works, understanding the process of student loans and the impact of student loans when you do take them out, understanding retirement accounts, understanding credit card use and how important it is to be responsible when using credit cards. I mean, let's think about it. Let's be honest. The credit card companies nowadays will give you a credit card even when you're unemployed. It is unbelievable how predatory credit card companies are. So, as you navigate into your 20s, it can be very, very enticing to get credit cards in your name. And if you don't understand the ramifications of that, you can get in a lot of hot water, and a lot of young people do. So, let's shift gears to boundaries. And in my 20s, this is where I struggled the most. I could speak up for myself. I had no trouble speaking up for myself. My problem was identifying that the relationship was unhealthy to begin with. And I'm talking friendship, romantic relationships, family relationships. In order for you to set clear boundaries, you have to first identify, wait a minute, this is not healthy, and I need to set up boundaries because this person is crossing my boundaries. I'm not comfortable. And if you don't learn anything else in your 20s, learn these things. Learn to say no, learn to prioritize your own needs, and protect your time and your energy. Now, lastly, I want to touch on self discovery, and that means build your tribe. I honestly believe that all women in their 20s should have a mentor. Find a woman, and she doesn't necessarily have to be in her 50s or 60s, but a woman who has already had some type of career choice. A woman that has already navigated the muddy waters of relationships, and whether it be romantic relationships or friendships, somebody that you can go to as a mentor. I got through some of the most difficult times in my 20s by having a tribe. I had a mentor, I had a friend that I trusted, I had an older family member, all women, and I considered them my tribe. And no matter what, I had, somebody that I could lean on that understood what it's like being a young woman. Sometimes that means stepping up and saying, "Hey, can you be my mentor? I look up to you. I appreciate what you do. And I would love if you would just take some time and have a chat with me or be available to me if that's somebody at work or somebody at your church." But don't be afraid to build a tribe because we as women, we need each other. And last but not least, let's talk about mental health. I can't tell you how happy I am to see so many young women prioritizing their mental health, going to therapy, making mental health a priority. This should be part of your tribe. If there are any underlying issues, or if you just need help in navigating the waters of getting through your 20s, going into a new career, maybe you're moving, whatever you are facing in your life, please be open to therapy, journaling, all of the things that will help you in your mental health. Just like any other phase of life, your 20s will be filled with highs and lows and twists and turns and ups and downs and all of the things. But here's where I want to leave you with this particular section. Use your 20s as a process to identify what truly makes you happy. And again, I can't reiterate enough, it is not a linear process. You can decide at any time, I don't want to do this. This doesn't make me happy. I'm not going to. And set those boundaries and switch gears and pivot at any time. You are still young. The 20s is your time of self exploration and figuring out what you want to do with your life. And with that, my beautiful souls, that will end episode 5 of the Lioness Den podcast. Now, next week, we'll explore what it's like navigating your 30s. So I invite you all to join us next week as we navigate episode 6, Women in Their 30s, Owning Your Power. Until next time, see you later.